In the village of Umadim, the elders spoke of a time when the heavens would turn crimson, when the moon would bleed and the wind would howl the name of a forgotten god. It was known as Obianuju, the night of evil. Only once every 50 years did such a night appear. And it was on one such cursed night that Obianuju was born. Her mother, Neoma, had been in labor for 2 days. Her husband, Okonkwo, ran to the home of the old seer, Mama Ejim, desperate for help. "The baby is coming, but the moon, it's not right," he said, voice shaking. Mama Ejim, who had long hidden her knowledge of forbidden things, turned pale when she looked outside and saw the crimson moon glowing like an eye in the sky. "Do not let the child be born tonight," she whispered. "It will carry the god's mark." But fate could not be stopped. By the time they arrived, Neoma had already pushed the baby into the world, silent at first, then crying loudly, angrily. Obianuju had been born with a star-shaped mark on her left shoulder and eyes darker than midnight. Everyone in the room froze. Even the wind outside stopped. And then, Komko dropped dead. No wound. No reason. Instead, the curse had begun. Neoma, crushed by her husband's death, tried to raise Obianuju in peace. She told herself it was just coincidence. But when her own health began to deteriorate within months, even she started to wonder. At just age 5, Obianuju had learned not to smile, not to play with other children, because every time someone showed her love or kindness, something bad happened. The first was her aunt Ngozi, who gave her a carved wooden doll. She died in her sleep 2 days later. Then the village teacher who gave Obianuju free books, struck by lightning while walking home from the stream. The villagers began to talk. The whispers grew. Children were pulled away from her. Doors were shut. Eyes were averted. By the time she was 7, everyone who ever cared about her was dead. Her mother finally died of an unknown illness, and Obianuju was sent to live with her only remaining relative, Uncle Chibuna, Neoma's younger brother. He was brave, loving, and didn't believe in curses. "I don't care what they say," he told her. "You're just a child. And you deserve love." For the first time, Obianuju smiled. And for a while, everything was quiet, peaceful, until the day he didn't return from the farm. They found him lying near the root of an iroko tree, his eyes open. No bruises, no signs of struggle, just gone. Obianuju sat by his body and cried, not just for her uncle, but for the curse that made her a plague to anyone who dared to love her. The villagers had had enough. "She must leave," they chanted. "We won't wait for her to kill us all." Even the priest, who should have protected her, stayed silent. That night, at only 9 years old, they drove her into the forest with stones and fire. Obianuju wandered the dense forest, barefoot, heartbroken, half-starved and alone. She expected to die. Instead, she stumbled into a clearing with a small thatched hut surrounded by charms, feathers and skulls. Inside lived Adiz, an old woman with white dreadlocks and eyes like a hawk's. "I've been waiting," Adiz said. "Who are you?" Obianuju asked, frightened. "The one who knows what you are," she said. "And what you carry." She took Obianuju in, not with fear but with understanding. Over the next 6 years, Adiz taught her everything. Herbs, spirits, protection charms, ancient history, and most of all, the truth of the curse. Obianuju learned that one of her ancestors betrayed a powerful deity, Onwudigwu, a god of vengeance and lost justice. He cursed the bloodline. "Every child born under the crimson moon shall carry my wrath. Their love shall be poison. Their joy, destruction." Obianuju sobbed when she heard this. "So I'm doomed." Adiz shook her head. "Curses can be broken, but not without sacrifice." At 16, Obianuju had grown into a striking young woman. Calm, intelligent, distant, and wrapped in silence like a shield. She returned to Umadim one night, cloaked to gather herbs. There she saw him. Uchechi, the new village healer. Kind, compassionate, curious. He offered her water, not knowing who she was. When she tried to warn him away, he only smiled. You look like someone who's forgotten how to be seen." Despite herself, she started coming back. First once a week, then more often, then helping him grind herbs. They talked, laughed. She felt human. And then one day he told her, "I think I'm falling in love with you." Obianuju ran. But love had already taken root. That night, she returned to Adiz in tears. "I love him," she whispered. "And now he'll die." Adiz said nothing, only handed her a gourd. "Drink this and go to the Hill of Echoes. Call the god. Speak your truth." Obianuju obeyed. At the hill, beneath another blood-red moon, she called his name. Onwudigwu came. Huge, shadowed, and terrible. His voice cracked the sky. "You dare summon me, cursed child? I want to break the curse," she pleaded. He laughed, cruel and hollow. "Only one path remains. Let him die or take his place." Obianuju hesitated. "Or," the god growled, "you can face the 3 trials, each one harder than death. If you survive, the curse ends. If you fail, your soul belongs to me." She chose the trials. Trial 1. The fire of memory. She was thrown into a vision of everyone she ever loved dying again. Okonkwo, Neoma, Chibuna, Kizaram, even Uchechi. Their voices blamed her, screamed, cursed. But she stood tall. "I did not choose this life," she said, "but I will end this pain." Trial 1 passed. Trial 2. The temptation of escape. She was shown a peaceful life. A house, a garden, Uchechi by her side, 2 laughing children. All she had to do was abandon the trials and accept the illusion. She walked away. "I want truth, not comfort." Trial 2 passed. Trial 3. The sacrifice. She was told to give up her life, willingly. No trick, no escape. Kneel, surrender her breath, and the curse would break. She cried for hours. Then she knelt. "I'm tired. If it saves others, then let it be me." Just as the god lifted his hand to strike her, the sky split open with light. Spirits of her loved ones appeared. Her mother, father, uncle, even little Kizaram. They stood between her and Onwudigwu. "She has paid enough," they said in one voice. "Let her live." The god snarled. "She was mine. She chose love over and over, even when it cost her everything," Neoma's spirit said. "She deserves peace." The god vanished in a scream of smoke and thunder. The mark on her shoulder faded. The air lifted. The curse was no more. Obianuju returned to the village. This time without hiding. She walked through the gates head high. And for the first time in her life, the people knelt. "We were wrong," they cried. She forgave them. Uchechi ran to her, held her, kissed her forehead. "I knew you would come back." They married under the full moon. Not red this time, pure white and watching. And when their daughter was born, she had no mark. Only eyes that shone with love, not sorrow. Years later, Obianuju sat by the fire, telling her story to young children. One boy asked, "Were you ever afraid?" She smiled. "Every day. But I walked anyway." And so, the girl born of a curse became a healer of others. Legend. A mother. Wife. A survivor. Because she proved that even a curse can be broken when love refuses to die. The end.